The United Nations says that it's planning on relocation of an estimated 80,000 displaced Somalis currently living in overcrowded camps within the war-ravaged capital Mogadishu. The UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs says that an estimated 200,000 to 360,000 people, mostly women and young children who fled the famine, live in more than 500 overstretched displacement camps within the city.
The resettlement program is a government-led project. All we can do as UN aid agencies is assist in implementing it. The IDPs have stayed in Mogadishu for long and they have rights. Resettling them in proper settlement should be a key priority for us and the government.
According to officials from the UN Humanitarian Office, the Somali government is keen on removing internally displaced people settlements from areas of national security interest, like the country's international airport and the parliament. According to the UN, the new site will offer these IDPs a larger living area, as well as schools, clinics and markets. Many IDPs here have been forced to endure difficulty in such camps, 2 years after this country experienced its worst humanitarian crisis in 6 decades. In early April, Human Rights Watch accused state security forces of committing rapes and other abuses against displaced civilians. The 80-page report also detailed serious violations, including physical attacks, restrictions on movement and access to food and shelter, as well as clan-based discrimination against the displaced person.
Particularly what's alarming is that there is a prevalence of rape on young women, and that is totally against all norms of human rights principles. Somalia is signatory to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights.
In her recent visit to Mogadishu, the UN envoy on sexual violence and conflict, Zainab Hawa Bangura, met with the Somali government to raise awareness and discuss ways of addressing sexual violence in the Horn of African country.
So I look forward to deep and ongoing engagement with all stakeholders to come up with solutions that will be sustainable and that will ensure the safe of building an equitable society in which human rights are respected and communities are free from sexual and gender-based violence.
The government in Mogadishu hopes that some of these displaced people will choose to move back to Lower Shabelle, Bai and Bakol regions by July, which is a good time to prepare their fields for planting, thus making them self-sufficient and not depend on aid. Abdulaziz Bilon, Press TV, Mogadishu.